Okay, so now we have most of our support in the video image bin. Video image bin you can always hide by hitting this button up here and show. I'll kind of walk through what goes where, and you can always zoom in if you can't see it. Open doors is the splash. It should be on a loop. You can see this symbol means loop, so we want to keep that. All you need is the splash. Command 1 shows it on the screen. Looks good. Pre-experience, there's a separate folder for that we'll grab. 2-minute countdown, you don't need anything. The songs are fine as is. And then the welcome. Welcome will want a green chroma slide to start, just so the CG1 op can always click that. And I'm actually going to put a stop. So if you hit Command and click that, also same thing with the sidebars and the name slide. The default is loop, but if you click all those and hit right click, you can hit stop. Reason being, especially for the name slide and the sidebars, let's show it here. You'll click it, name slide comes up, it's an animation, and then after a few seconds it'll go away. And since it's on stop, it won't come back. If it was on loop, it would keep going. It would come back up and come back down. So for the welcome, it's green chroma, name slide. We have first time, sidebar, giving options, sidebar. I'm also going to throw those 2 slides that we pulled in that are specific for the weekend. I'm going to throw that in the welcome as well. Close, we'll have green chroma. We can delete the black slide. And then accepted Christ. And then the first slide of the loop, the credits. That's that. So this is on loop. We'll want to keep it on a loop. And then you build out the credits. The credits is also a different format. You'll create a couple black slides, and then the splash to end it. And you'll actually copy the credits from each song. Each song, the first slide is credits. You'll actually copy the credit and paste it into these black slides and create a kind of an animation that'll start with the worship credits. So I can show you that more in the future. That's a little more complicated, but that is essentially the biggest thing. Open doors is a loop, and then the welcome and the close. Sermon, baptism, you can leave black slide. We don't throw anything there. That's all coming from Valentine, so we don't need anything there. Same thing with the 2-minute countdown. Pre-experience, we'll throw in pre-experience slides. They're on the server as well, on a different folder. Each week it changes which slide they're using, but it's pretty simple as well. Once it's built, I'll show you what I do. Command comma actually brings up preferences. You can also go to the top corner here, ProPresenter 6, and hit preferences. That's the long way to do it. We want to sync it because we want to copy everything that's on here to CG2 without having to rebuild it. So you can actually hit sync, and these 3 boxes should already be checked by default. You're going to want to sync up. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm going to sync up to the server because it's built up. It's built in ProPresenter, and I want to sync it up. I'm basically like putting it on the cloud almost. I'm syncing up, and this plus sign will show where you want to sync it. So actually, before I do that, I have to create in Finder the weekend. So I go to production assets, campus, Concord, weekend sync. I'm actually going to delete last week's because that was last week's date. Delete all the data. And then if I hit right click, new folder, 01/28/18, that's this week. I have it. So then I go back to ProPresenter, hit Command, comma, that's preferences. Go over to the sync tab. There's 3 boxes checked: library, documents, playlists, and media. And we want to make sure you're syncing up. Hit the plus sign, and then you find that folder. So production assets, campus, Concord, weekend sync, 0128. You hit open, and then you'll sync. It'll take a few minutes to sync it up. So put everything that's on this file onto the server. And then you take your CG2 computer and you do the same thing. You clear out from last week. You don't have to rebuild it. Once it's clear and everything's empty, you hit Command comma on CG2 in ProPresenter, and instead of syncing up, you'll sync down. So you'll switch that on CG2 to sync files down from repository. You'll select the folder, same path, Concord, weekend sync, and then that weekend you'll hit sync to sync down, and then basically it's pulling stuff off the server, that file off the server onto CG2. And with CG2, there's not really much to do. You don't need to really worry about the support. The only thing you need to worry about is the songs, and you'll just change the template for each song. Instead of Gotham template, you switch it to standard talkback for those songs, and that makes the lyrics that bold yellow color so that the worship leaders can see it. So you'll sync down on CG2, change the template for the songs, and that's it.